And the Razzie for Worst Picture of 2010 goes to...
The Last Airbender.
Great, now we gotta talk about this steaming turd you made. I hope you're real fucking happy that you made this steaming turd. This is gonna be a tough one. It's strange, people have their Dragon Ball Evolution, people have their Star Wars Episode 1, I have The Last Airbender, a steaming pile of shit that should not be rained upon in existence. I grew up with The Last Airbender. I loved Avatar. It was my favorite show on Nickelodeon. The colorful characters, the beautiful animation, the impressive storyline, it was all there. Look at these fans. Disappointed to see what they saw at the movies.
We're here with some of the younger first fans for The Last Airbender, and we'll start with the youngest. What'd you think?
It sucked.
It sucked.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
I really didn't like it.
Pretty much like they skipped through the entire movie pretty much. They rushed the entire thing.
Like it didn't explain things fully.
The movie could have been as bad as it is right now, and if they had just called him Aang once!
It was too rushed. They didn't have enough detail in it.
They skipped a lot of things. The acting wasn't good. The characters really screwed up each other's names.
You don't take the main character and change his name.
No, you don't. It's such a letdown.
So, to do this Last Airbender review, I'm going to do 5 things. I'm going to talk about the directing, the visual effects, the music, the acting, and the editing. I won't talk about the story because if I talk about the story, I'm going to explore depths of nitpicking asshole fashion here. And trust me guys, I'm not CinemaSins, okay? So I'm not gonna go there this time. Because if I actually compared this piece of shit to the TV series, I'm going to go all off. I'm gonna do this all day long if I do that. So let's just stick with the basics, okay? So here are the things I want to talk about first. Let's start with the music. The score from James Newton Howard is probably the best thing about the movie. It is a really good score. I would argue that this is James Newton Howard's best score since Lady in the Water. As you know, Newton Howard is a frequent collaborator of Shyamalan, and he's done a lot of great scores for Shyamalan. He's done stuff like Lady in the Water, Unbreakable, Signs, and most of Shyamalan's work. But today, in this movie, he is completely outdone himself. And it's interesting to note how the score was made. He basically used woodwind instruments for the air, string instruments for the water, percussion instruments for the earth, and brass instruments for the fire. So he uses the music as a way of expression for the characters and their actions, and that's pretty amazing. But you gotta hear this score. You gotta hear Flow Like Water, and it's arguably the best score he's ever written. Listen to this track. Tell me this track isn't awesome, guys. Listen to this shit. Look, listen. With this movie being such an epic fail, the only positive aspect I can say right now is that the music is awesome. This movie has one of the best scores I've ever heard, and you should probably check it out soon. So, this score is pretty good, and it sounds pretty epic. It makes me feel something. I mean, I can actually feel emotion with this score, even if the other elements don't work. I mean, look at this score. Beautiful. It makes the scene feel epic and grand. I mean, look at this shot right here. Amazing. All of the CGI, it just makes me feel something. I mean, all the emotion that was barren in this movie. This music just makes everything feel so calm and warm and makes me care about the characters. I would argue that's pretty much better than the TV series music, which, guarantee, is good on its own too. And now we rest to a close. Let's see what else can hold up. So, let's talk about the effects. Look at this water right here. I mean, the effects range from okay. I mean, look at this water. It's okay. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. There's some effects that are okay in this movie. Some effects look completely unfinished. But then it goes downhill. And the effects go I mean, how the fuck is this guy not wet? I mean, look at him. He looks completely dry. I mean, how hard is it to make practical effects with fucking water? This guy is fucking dry as shit. I mean, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, pour a bucket of water on this guy. Can you not do that? There are plenty of effects in this movie that are completely terrible. I mean, some effects aren't even finished. The fire effects look completely fake. I don't feel tension because the effects are just fake looking. I mean, they look so bad. And you gotta look at this scene. Look at this dancing scene. It's been mocked countless times. I mean, this shit can make a comedy out of this scene. I mean, look, watch this shit. Dance, Dance Revolution. These people look like they're playing Dance, Dance Revolution, for fuck's sake, man. The hell? Overall opinion, the effects range from okay to terrible. So the effects are like just bad in my opinion, but let's go to the next topic. The editing. The editing it's a mixed bag too, because the editing, I could see some ways where the editing is like unsavable because the film is so bad, but there are some decent transitions, there are some decent shots with the editing, but personally the editing is like a small feature for this movie because this movie is unsavable in editing. This isn't like a Star Wars type of situation where you could save the movie in editing. This is like a train wreck that can't be prevented. It's unstoppable, guys. So the editing is bad because, you know, it's a bad movie, but what about the other problem with the movie? The second biggest problem in the movie, the acting.
What's your name? How did you get here? How did you get in the ice? How did you get all the way out here? You're not so upset? This is where you live? Is it okay if you tell me your name? Weren't they extinct a long time ago? Your friends were monks?
Why are you doing this? Who are you?
Are you an Airbender boy? Who are you? What's your name?
So, are you the Avatar Ong?
Leave him alone!
As you know, I conducted a raid on the Great Library, which most said didn't even exist.
Get on with it.
Yes, get on with it!
You're too soft, General Eero.
Just wait till everyone's fighting everyone.
Oh, I see.
As you know, the Fire Lord has banished his son, the Prince, and renounced his love of him. Your failure in the 100-day siege of Ba Sing Se won't be held against you. Your son died in that siege, didn't he? Again, I offer my condolences on your nephew burning to death in that terrible accident.
The acting is fucking terrible. It is one of the worst casted movies I have ever seen in my life. I mean, holy shit, these child actors can't act for shit. They're just fucking terrible. The delivery, the tone, it's like a comedy. It's like a fucking Saturday morning cartoon or some shit. Granted that this movie is based off a Saturday morning cartoon, but holy fucking shit, these people aren't playing cartoons, they're playing characters, man. I mean, fuck's sake, the characters in the cartoon felt more realistic than these fucking kids. Like, these kids need to, like, get some acting lessons or something. Oh. Shit. Well, that's fine, but you know, kids are shit. Kids are always shit in movies. Kids are like the worst possible aspects of a movie. They're like the kiss of death for your fucking movie. If there's a kid in your movie, he's most likely going to be terrible. Like 95% of child actors are terrible. So there's that. So I can't stress that enough. You probably would have to have like the best child acting performances of all time. Like you need like I bet if like actors started to use like a Haley Joel Osment in their movies, they would probably artificially create like a CGI Haley Joel Osment or a robot Haley Joel Osment. Who knows? That'll be fucking crazy. You know? Stupid child actors. They're that terrible. And I don't think that can be solved by just, you know, just recording their fucking lines. It's insane what these people think.
Yes.
Bring me all your elderly!
The scroll we had was proving to be helpful. Al was practicing, but for some reason, he was having trouble with waterbending. For some reason...
I'm a martial arts freak and been dying to figure out a way I can make a martial arts movie. Something really significant, you know, something different.
You're lying!
My name is Katara, and I'm the only waterbender left in the Southern Water Tribe.
You're lying! Is there a spiritual place where I can meditate?
There is a very spiritual place. The city was built around this place.
You're lying!
Which element would you have to learn first?
Water. Water comes after air in the cycle. Air, water, earth, fire.
So we covered this bullshit, we covered the visual effects, the music, the acting, the editing, but it's time to go for the biggest shit stinker of the movie. The person responsible. Let's talk about the directing. Oh boy.
And here to accept on behalf of M. Night Shyamalan and the entire Brown community, Mr. Russell Peters.
On behalf of M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, as an Indian man, I actually don't know how to say his last name. I would like to thank the Razzies for asking me to come out here. I was about number 12 on their list of Indians that they had to call. I was somewhere after Cal Penn, the kid from The Big Bang Theory, Mindy Kaling, the Metro PCS guys, the Fiber One guy, half of Ben Kingsley, that one brown guy from Inception, and then I got the call. They said, "Hey Russell, would you like to accept an award on behalf of M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong?" And I said, "Boy, would I. That brown bastard's on film number 6 and hasn't cast me once."
You know, Shyamalan, you made a return with The Visit. You did alright with The Visit, I'll admit that. But honestly, with The Last Airbender, you made such a epic fail that it's impossible to ignore how bad your direction is, man. I mean, what is with your ego, man? Is it like going cuckoo in that head of yours? I mean, what were you thinking making this movie, man? I mean, I'll give you one thing. You made a great comedy, Shyamalan. I mean, you gotta laugh at this shit, guys. Shyamalan made a great-ass comedy. You probably know it from YMS or I Hate Everything or Nostalgia Critic. They're right, that he made a great-ass comedy. You know, I was reluctant to see this movie. I haven't seen this movie until recently because I knew and I heard from my friends that this movie completely sucked balls, and I didn't want to see this shit because I knew that I would probably rant about it if I actually saw it, because I saw the TV series. The TV series was a great series. I mean, fuck, it's probably, I would consider it the best show on Nickelodeon. The characters, you know, what I said before in the beginning, it's a really great show, and you guys should check it out. There's so many things missing in this movie. I guess that the focus wasn't to make like a good movie. I guess it was just for branding, because there's a lot of things missing. It was Shyamalan's decision because he wrote this movie. It was his decision to remove so many aspects from the TV show. The pacing, the personality, lots of characters gone, absolutely missing. No, I mean, I could, if I actually had to talk about that, this review would be too long for me to grasp. So I'm just going to say that this is absolutely nothing like the TV series. I mean, yeah, watch it as a comedy. I'm sure you can enjoy it as a comedy. Like it's so bad that it's so good. Yeah, there's some comedic scenes, but they're not often. It's amazing how bad this movie is. I mean, at least with Michael Bay movies and the Transformer movies, I can enjoy the action and the hot babes in the movie, but this movie is so bland. I mean, it's so bad. The direction is bad. I mean, that's who's to blame here. The director. The action scenes are joyless, slow-paced, boring, and that shouldn't be in an Avatar movie, for that matter. That's just a bad thing to do. That's like the one thing you don't want in an Avatar movie, for God's sakes, man. But you know who would be a good director? You know, if they decide to reboot this series, you know, if Paramount decides that maybe you could hire J.J. Abrams as a producer, you know, maybe get a new director, a fresh set of eyes making the film, that would be good. Because, you know, Hollywood is doing that a lot recently. They're rebooting everything. Everything is getting remade. So if they learn from their mistakes, they hire a director who can actually add personality to their films. I would prefer who direct this film. You know who I would prefer? Brad Bird. He's the perfect director for this movie. I mean, he's good with kids. He knows how to write good kid characters. He knows how to write, you know, excellent films, and I think he would be perfect for The Last Airbender. I mean, he's written a lot of cartoons. He's done a lot of animated movies, and I think it would be perfect because he can mismatch that style with, you know, cartoon and live action. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, why not? I would prefer hiring Brad Bird, either him or Ang Lee, because Ang Lee is good with kung fu movies, and he's good with like religion and philosophy, and that's also part of the Last Airbender's developing storyline. So maybe those are like my two top picks. That would be the best thing ever. And I know that they will turn out good movies because they're very talented directors. Well, this movie sucked. This movie was complete shit. But you know, I finally saw it, and I pretty much I am completely indifferent towards it. You know, I don't really care because I have the TV series, and if people want to see this as so bad it's good comedy, I guess you'll get something out of that. Or you can just watch some YouTube videos of it. It's fucking hilarious, guys. I mean, shit, this movie is just fucking crazy. It's a laugh riot right here. So enjoy it. You know, if you want to see it, enjoy it, guys. So thanks for watching Game Marvel. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked this video and my channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.